What's up guys, how's it going? So this video is just going to be me here talking, answering some questions, and talking about stuff we're going to be doing in the very near future. Also, towards the end of the video, I'm going to talk about something that when I first start telling you, it's kind of like news. At first you're going to be like, whoa, that's so awesome, and then you're going to be like, oh man, that's such a bummer, and then you're going to be like, I'm not sure if that's like good or bad news, and you're not really going to be sure, but you'll find out about that later on in this video. Alright, so real quick, let me answer 3 questions that I got asked a ton of times on my last video, which was my 50,000 subscriber special. The first question was, or is, how long did it take me to film and edit the whole video? Alright, so it took me 1 entire day to film the video. From the second I woke up to a few hours before I went to sleep, I was filming that special, and then it took me 1 entire day to edit the video. That includes like the render, going through all the footage. I had a lot of footage. I had like 2-3 hours of footage, so it took me quite a while to get through all of it. And it took me basically 2 days. The second question is, were those tattoos real? Okay, well, as you can see, I don't have any tattoos on me, so obviously they're not real. They were just airbrushed tattoos. And the third question is, did I film it in 1 day? Yes, I did film all the footage in 1 day. I mean, it was a lot of filming. Like, I went through all my batteries. It was a very crazy day. But yes, I did film it all in 1 day. Like I said, and then I edited it the next day. Next thing is, I did make a behind-the-scenes video for my 50,000 subscriber special. So all the uncut scenes, as well as like behind the scenes of while I was maybe setting up shots and stuff, I did make a 30-minute long video on that, and I'll talk about in a second. I'll talk about where you can find that. But it's on my Patreon. I published it on my Patreon page, and I hope all my patrons enjoyed the behind the scenes video. Real quick, I'll talk about Patreon a little bit more. So a lot of my maybe new fans ask me, like, can you explain what Patreon is a little bit more? I have in the past, but for all of my new fans. So what is Patreon? It's basically a platform where fans can support their most favorite creators. That's basically what it is in the simplest words I could use. I am going to talk a bit about making money on YouTube, and that's something I don't normally talk about, but I noticed I get a lot of questions and a lot of people asking me if I could talk about that, so I'll just talk about it a bit in this video. A lot of people think that YouTubers make a lot of money off ads, but okay, just as a reference, a few years ago as a YouTuber creator, you'd make around $2 to $5 per 1,000 impressions. Oh yes, and impressions, an impression isn't a view. 1 impression is just when you watch a video and an ad shows up, but ads don't always show up on every single video. But today I can tell you from my experience that I make less than $1 per CPM. And CPM is just cost per 1,000. I'm not sure why it's CPM. I don't really know the reason behind it, but that's just what a lot of people use, and I guess it's like a marketing term, and a lot of YouTubers also use it. So if I get 300,000 views, I get less than 300 CPMs because, like I said earlier, an ad doesn't show up on every single video. So you kind of need to be getting millions of views to be like actually making money on YouTube. So why is ad revenue going down? Well, there are 3 main reasons that I know of. 3. There may be more, but these are the 3 main ones that I know of. So the first reason is that there is a lot more competition these days. There's tons of new creators who are starting to put up videos, and it's really becoming super saturated, and there's only so much ad revenue that can go around. The second reason is there's a lot of new ad blockers. So there's a lot of people who are starting to use ad blockers, so basically ads don't show up, which means less revenue. And the third reason is there is a massive boycott that has just recently started, so billions of dollars are being pulled out from advertisers because advertisers feel their content is being put on videos that they don't really want to be associated with. Companies like McDonald's, Pepsi, Toyota, as well as other ones. So basically what I'm saying is that creators of my size don't make that much money off advertising. For me, it does cover some little expenses like hosting for my website, since now I have a Tuamoy website. Finally, yes! It also covers the expense that I have a monthly subscription for copyright-free music, and it also covers a few other little expenses. Whenever I've been able to get new gear, it's always been through something like my Indiegogo campaign and now my Patreon page. It's always something out of YouTube. And that's why something like Patreon really makes such a big difference. So you can actually support me, support what I'm doing for as little as $1. And now each week I'm uploading at least one exclusive video just for my patrons, even if you're just supporting $1. For example, a few days ago I put up the behind the scenes and uncut scenes for my 50,000 subscriber special. So that's just like an example. And now on to the news that I am very, very excited to let you guys know about. So if you remember, a while back we messaged Roman Atwood and invited him to come down to Costa Rica and come surf. We were actually messaging with him and we had dates, but then all of a sudden Roman just went completely dark on us. So we were actually messaging him and had like pretty dates that we thought were like, okay, this sounds like a good plan, and then he just went totally dark. So it appears that it is totally off. So you know, there's one way you could look at this is like, oh man, if Roman Atwood would have come, we may have grown our channel and da-da-da-da-da. But we're not going to get bummed out because there's no point. There is absolutely no point. One thing my dad did tell me while we were messaging Roman is that you don't want to get like too crazily excited, because then if he doesn't end up coming, you don't want to be like bummed. And we did have a backup plan in case Roman Atwood didn't come down to Costa Rica. So it appears he's not coming, but you never know. It may happen sometime in the future. Who knows? But in celebration of Roman Atwood not coming down to Costa Rica, we are going to do 30 days of double daily vlogs. Okay, let me explain. And by the way, you can thank Roman Atwood. I'm going to be doing double daily vlogs. So what I'm going to do is put up 2 videos every single day for 30 days. I'm going to put up one video that's just going to be like 1 to 2 minutes. That's kind of going to be like a camera tip, like usually about cameras or something. For all of you who are maybe starting YouTube and you want tips and ways you can maybe improve and stuff like that, I'll be putting up one of those videos every day. And then I'll be putting up a second video, which is going to be like an adventure vlog or maybe a Q&A, or once in a while maybe I'll review a product. But it's going to be a total of hopefully 60 videos in 30 days. Now, it's a very crazy goal, I know. When we first thought of it, I was like, this is a crazy idea. But it's a really good celebration, I would say. So, yeah, I'm very excited. Today is the first day, but the camera videos are going to start tomorrow. So it may end up being 59 videos. All right, so I'm going to do my absolute best. I will try my absolute hardest to put up these 2 videos every day. I do want to have some ideas, like maybe write down some ideas in case I am not sure what to make a video about one day. But yeah, I mean, you guys are going to come along with the ride. And today's positive quote, which I would say suits today's story pretty good, is if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So if there's something coming up and it seems like it just seems too good to be true, there's a good chance that it is. I'm not saying that like crazy stuff never happens, but you don't want to be like, oh, if this one big thing happens, like that's going to be it, and like, oh, if this one thing doesn't happen, then I'm just going to be super bummed, and like there's no way. I believe that, like, I'm sure if Roman would have come, maybe our channel would have gotten like a boost or something, but I believe to become like big at something it's all about like the little building blocks. So like this little thing and this little thing and da-da-da-da, it all builds up into one big thing. A lot of the times it's not like you do this one thing and then whoosh, boom, boom. All right, I will see you guys every day for 2 videos. Remember to keep always doing awesome stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow early in the morning.